I'm ready to tell my story about dating in Atlanta. I knew I should have listened to my intuition because you already know what it's going. I met this guy. He was very attractive. He was tall. He was a nice brown skin. He had nice sandy brown hair, light brown eyes. And he was very sweet. We saw each other all the time because we went to the same coffee shop to work. And this time I went to the coffee shop. He said hi to me, whatever. And he had never really said hi to me before, but I was looking kind of cute that day. And so as the days went on, I came back, and he slipped me a note, and he was like, "Hey, I hope you're having a great day," and he gave me his number, and I thought that was so sweet. I thought it was so sweet. And I was like, oh. But this guy, he's like, the way he looked, he was kind of like, he kind of had like kind of like an emo look. He had like those gauges in his ears and, which wasn't really something that I liked. He rode a motorcycle. He was cool though, you know. So I got his number and I started texting him. And right off the bat, his energy was weird. Like I'm texting him, hey, how are you? Introducing myself, talking to him or whatever. And at first I was like, why wouldn't he just say hi? But he just slipped a note. Okay. Why wouldn't he speak to me in person? He just slipped a note. I thought it was cute. And so I'm texting him. His energy's a little weird. He's a little standoffish. Okay, so I like to play a game before I really get to know somebody. Da, da, da. And so we played this question game, and he was asking me if I was married, if I had kids, kind of normal standard type of questions. But it came off a little too direct to me. Like he wasn't like really flirtatious. But I think it's because he had noticed the ring on my finger. The ring is a ring that I bought myself. And so me and this guy, we start dating. We had phone call conversations or whatever, and the vibe was there. We had a good time. We eventually went on a date. The date was good. He told me what he was looking for in a woman, and he told me that he's ready to get married and settle down, and he wanted to have more children because he already had two, right? And I'm like, okay, I have two children too, so that works out. He had a daughter around my kid's age, and that's perfect because I do want a daughter, and his daughter being around my kid's age was cool because, that means I ain't got to have another kid. And so, time goes on again, and he slips out the fact that, we was talking about, I forgot, he was joking about something, about choking on, I don't know, something he was choking on. I don't know. And I was like, damn, relax. Like he was choking on some water or something, and he started joking about dying or whatever. And he said, yeah, at least I got enough to give all my kids something. I said, all? He said, yeah, my daughter, my son, and the twins. I said, twins? What twins are you talking about? And he said, I told you I had twins. Well, I don't really know if they mine yet. I'm gonna show you a picture of them. People saying they don't look like me, so I don't really know. He showed me these freaking twins, and they was like 9 months old, and I'm like, instantly my face drops, like, because I know you didn't tell me about no twins. Why would I forget you tell me about some twins? He's gaslighting me at this point, telling me, oh yeah, I told you. Nah, you ain't tell me about no twins, right? And so days goes on, and I told him I'm not really feeling that. I'm not really feeling the fact, because I feel like you was lying, and I ain't really trying to get into no bullshit. You got like 3 different baby mamas now at this point, because the 2 is pushing it. Now you got twins. The twins are young, so I ain't really trying to mess with him like that or whatever. So I end up cutting him off. We stopped talking. And so about a month later, he comes back around, and he came back correct. First off, before I even cut him off, he was kind of acting weird anyway. Like, he would stop texting me randomly, kind of like disappear, stuff like that. So I was kind of like, you know what, I ain't feeling that anyway. I ain't got time for this or whatever. So after I cut him off, he came back around, and he came back around correct. I know that you're the woman for me. I really want to be with you. I really want to work on our communication. We're saying all the right things, all the right things. He's coming correct. He's apologetic. He's affirming how he feels about me. He's planning things out. He's telling me how he wants to move going forward. And, so I'm like, okay, cool. So I asked God, I said, okay, I'm going to get us a chance. So I pray about it. I asked God, all right, Lord, I'm asking you to reveal anything about this man that I need to know. Like, what's up with him? And I called in all my angel guys and I said, let me know. I want you to reveal anything that's going on with this man. And when I tell you, shit was revealed. Hold on. This is 5 minutes, but hold on.
Hey, man. I can already feel the trajectory this is going. Before I say too much, I'm going to let her finish this story.
Boy, was it freaking revealed. I said, Holy Spirit, guide me and tell me about this man. What's up with this man? And we had just, like I said, things were going well. We were really communicating. We were really, he was really being very open with what he's doing with his day. Because a big issue was he kept disappearing. Oh, I was asleep all day. Sorry. I was asleep all day. And I was kind of like, okay. Oh, yeah, I just woke up. Sorry. And so this time he was going, I think it was out of town somewhere. Yeah, he went out of town to go pick up a Jeep. He had just bought a Jeep. And so I was, tracking. He sent me his location. I was tracking his location or whatever to see, what was going on. And then for some reason he cut the location. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Whatever. And so I was calling him. It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because he was supposed to come to my house by 12 after he came back to town. And so I was calling him and I was calling him and he wasn't answering the phone. And of course, I'm the type of person, I think you in a ditch somewhere. So I'm like up all night like, oh my God, something happened to him. He just got this really good job and now he got this car and he died. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. Or whatever. So a couple hours went by again and then he ended up calling me. Oh, sorry, I was so tired. I fell asleep or I pulled over and went to sleep. I'm like, okay, whatever. But he told me that he was coming over still. I was like, okay, whatever. So he gets to my house and he was like, this is the first time we've seen each other since we started talking again. And he gets to my house and he was kind of like standoffish, like, hey, how are you? After all the stuff that he was saying about how he wanted to be together and all this stuff, it was weird that he was acting standoffish. Like, okay, like he barely gave me a hug. He was kind of on his phone doing his own thing. We laid down, we got in the bed, and he kind of turned over and just kind of was like to himself. And I was like, okay, nigga, we hadn't seen each other in forever. Okay, so fast forward to me praying about the situation. So I prayed about the situation, and because this time he went on another trip to go see his son for the Super Bowl. And I called him again, and he wasn't answering phone. I texted him, he wasn't texting. I'm like, okay, he's with his son, whatever. But something told me to look him up, because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this is weird. He probably got a girlfriend. He's probably married or something like that. So I never had his social medias or whatever, because he was a little bit older than me. At the time, I was like 29, and he was 37, I think, 38. So he wasn't really on social media like that. And I'm like, okay, TikTok, how do I find somebody's social media without their information? And so I was looking and looking and looking, and they said, oh, you can search up this picture. You can search up his picture on this website called Pim Eyes, Pim Eyes, like EYES. So, I took that information and I looked them up. And when I tell you, okay, so I took that information, I uploaded his picture because he loves sending me pictures of himself. Okay, I took that information and I looked him up. I put him on this website. But first, before I did that, I got on Facebook. I searched his phone number, looked up his phone number, found his family, and I found his family's Facebook. I looked through their stuff, found out who he was and where he came from for real. Found his mama, found his daddy, found everybody to see who this man really was, because something was off. Something wasn't sitting right. So now, okay, I put in his picture on this website, Pimp Eyes. And my fucking God, holy fucking shit. What came up put my body in complete shock. Like, I was shaking. Like, my body was trembling. I felt cold. It literally sent me to the emergency room. What I found, and I'm wondering if I should put the screenshots up of what I found. But what I found was blacktranniesdating.com, singletranniesdating.com, with his picture on there. His picture came up and it pinged to a website for dating black trans people. And at first I thought maybe somebody was catfishing. Maybe somebody used his pictures, right? So I decided I'm going to go ahead and pay for a subscription to get into this website to see if I can find his profile. So I clicked on a profile in the Pimp Eyes website, and it said, oh, you got to pay to even get the actual location of the thing. So I paid the $15 to get the location of the website or whatever. I paid that, and then I paid to get a subscription to this website, singleblacktrainees.com. Tranny Lovers is what it was called. Blacktrannylovers.com. Blacktrannylovers.com is what it was called. I get on there, and he on there. This is how the picture looked. And it said, hey, his name was like Miami 3042 ATL or something like that. Hey, I just moved here from Miami and I'm looking for some new friends. I've been dating trans women, and I mean real trans women, not just some dude with makeup on. I'm gonna post the clip that I saw. But that's what I found. And when I tell you, it was two tranny websites. When I tell you my body went into complete shock, I've never dealt with anything like this before. It was so traumatizing. And the main thing about it is I knew something was off with him. I did not listen to my intuition. I overrode my intuition, and my intuition was warning me. But God still protected me in this situation. God still protected me in my situation. How do I know? Because I immediately went to the hospital and got a full panel. And then I end up trying to go to the police station. I went to the police station like, bro, yeah, I want to press charges on this nigga. Apparently you can't press charges on a dude who is gay on the low. To me, it feels like a sex crime, because I didn't consent to having sex with a gay man. I consented to having sex with a straight man. So I felt like, and don't tell, okay, you don't, I can hear it. I can hear it now. Don't tell me. I understand the whole controversy between trans women and regular women or whatever, but I didn't consent to that. And I felt like I was taken advantage of. So I'm going to post it. I'm going to post what I found.
Hey, man. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. She said she one thing that I'm listening to her talk, and she said she overlooked a lot of things. Grown man, damn near 40, working at the coffee shop. I guess it's a red flag. I guess. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other professions a grown man would probably want to work to provide for himself than making frappuccinos. You know what I'm saying? Mocha lattes, you know? Kinda red flag. Then you said this nigga be, you know, sending you selfies all throughout the fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Some may say that's confident. Some may say he's a visual guy. She thinks he's gay. But the shit that she, at least the shit that she said in the video, none of it really alludes to him being like a flaming homo. You know what I'm saying? None of it alludes to that. Cause that's on the other, you know what I'm saying? Fucking with the chicks with the cocks, that I feel like that's gay, but it's just like a little bit more gay. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. Just a little bit more gay. You know what I'm saying? Should that be I mean, of course you can't like press charges on somebody for being gay and not telling you. But I definitely understand where she's coming from because like I said, that can be a health hazard. Can be. Not always will be, but it can be a health hazard. So, I mean, shout out to her. At least this wasn't like a horror story or like, you know what I'm saying, he did this to her and gave her this and now she's fucked for life. At least it didn't end up like this. But I guess if you mention the fact that he sends you selfies all day, he works at a coffee shop, and he's from Atlanta, okay, I can see where you could say I missed the dot. You know what I'm saying? I missed the dot. I don't know. That's just unfortunate. I didn't know women really were going through, you know, the trials and tribulations of finding a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is like my mind is fucked. I'm off the little drink, so I can't really process this shit. I want to process it, but this is a very odd. This is very unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? This is very unfortunate. Let me know what y'all think about this shit down below in the comments, man. This shit is a lot of women's reality is fucked up out here, man. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Prayers to her, man. I hope she find that, you know what I'm saying, night, you know what I'm saying, that she's looking for. And hopefully she don't gotta deal with no more, you know, closet boys. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully she can get her a real man, stepping, providing, only like puss. Maybe she can, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully she can find it for herself and build and develop her a beautiful black family.